To baseball now, where pitchers and catchers started arriving this week for spring training. Hopefully a sign the weather's going to change. But if you've watched a Major League game recently and thought it was taking much longer than usual, you are not wrong. Baseball games have been getting slower for years, from about 2.5 hours in 1981 to more than 3 hours last season, a record. So Major League Baseball hopes to counter that trend with some rule changes. Brandon Tierney, co-host of CBS Sports Radio's Tiki and Tierney with Tiki Barber, is here with more on that. Hey, Brandon.
How you doing, guys?
I have this problem with my kids. I sit them down to watch a Mets game, and they go, "It's boring, we're leaving."
Well, you're watching the Mets.
Well, that's a start.
You got to watch the Yankees.
But it's also the fact that the games go on so long.
Yeah, it's a real problem. And you can go further back before 81. And it's even more pronounced. So it's a problem. They're finally starting to tackle it. Good for them.
Well, is it the sport or the time, though? Because NFL games are 3 hours also, and people stay to the end.
You know what's interesting about that? I think it's a real misnomer. You look at the NFL, and certainly the way it's packaged, and the perception, it's fast, there's nonstop action. But really, if you boil it down, there's only 11 minutes of actual action. When you cut past the huddle, the guys jogging off the field, reviews and all that stuff, it's 11 minutes. But what the NFL does much more effectively than baseball is that the downtime, they utilize replays, they engage the mind, they keep it quick, they keep it fast. Baseball doesn't do that.
All right. They do have a problem with millennials in baseball, I know, and that's one of the things they're planning on doing is they're now saying that managers must make instant replay challenges from the dugout rather than the field.
Yeah. A nominal impact. I mean, there's 4 rules. I don't think that's going to really impact too much. Number one, there's only a few challenges per game max. And in essence, it's kind of a tactical thing because what managers will do, they'll stall. They'll have the equipment guy or somebody in the dugout look at the footage and say, hey, listen, Skip, they missed it, challenge it, or they got it right, lay off. So that's just kind of, hey, alert them from the dugout, maybe shave off 20, 30 seconds. Not too big. I think the other ones, and I know we'll get to them, are a lot more important.
Let's talk about that one, because you mentioned stalling, and I feel like the hitters are constantly stepping out of the box.
You think?
Yeah, to stall, and they're saying, let's change this also.
Thank God. This is the one that's going to really change the sport. I tell you, my junior year in college, the NCAA implemented this, and it was interesting. Basically, there's just too much theatrics, guys moving around. Right. Adjusting the cup.
Does that give them some advantage to step out and take a timeout?
No, it just puts us to sleep. Really, I think they're trying to milk TV time. So when you get away from that, it's more about engaging the mind, and that's the purpose of this. Now you look at these other rules, and there's 2 more. It's just about reaching into that next generation. I'm in between. I'm going to watch no matter. I'm a baseball guy.
Right.
My dad, he doesn't even know how to text, so he's going to watch. But if you're 12 years old and you're on the couch and your phone's blowing up and this is happening, and you hear, well, welcome back in 1952, you're like, click. Nobody cares.
Right.
Historically, some of us do, but the kids don't.
Let's talk about the 2 other ones here. The other one is that play will resume promptly once TV broadcasts return from commercial. And then the other thing is speeding up the pitching changes. How are they going to do that?
Well, basically, just again, another tactical thing. When a manager wants to make a change, he'll and a lot of these guys are old and a lot of them are catchers, so they've got, repaired hips. They mosey out to the mound. They go, time for the change, and it's stalling. So by the time the guy gets to the mound, it's 2 hours. It's 2 minutes later. What this will do is this will certainly accelerate that. And the other thing, when you come back from commercial, instead of watching guys, aimlessly flick the ball around the infield or do nothing, it's here's the ball, here's the batter, let's go. And it just, again, mental stimulation, it quickens the pace. They're really manipulating the mind because 10 minutes, if you're going to commit to something for 3 hours, think about this. Is it really a big difference from 2 hours and 50 minutes? No. But in terms of what you see, it is.
I don't know if I'm going to watch still, but I'll
don't watch the Mets. You got to, come on.
Some of us like to suffer, Brandon. Brandon Tierney, thank you very much. It's part of life, suffering.
Pleasure.